When you sit down to draw something, what is the first thing you do? If you're anything like me, you start looking at references. Yep, scrolling through Pinterest, looking on Google, looking for some ideas. The challenge is how to use these references without copying what's already out there. How to make them your own. When you see an image that is just like what you want to create, you're probably thinking, how could I ever improve on that? This is already perfect. Well, keep watching and I will show you exactly how to do that in this video. I'm Tatiana Denis. I'm here to teach you how to draw using the cute and simple style called kawaii, and how to start a creative business using your newfound skills. If you ever wanted to create cute products, draw with your kids, maybe open an Etsy shop, or just get really good at drawing kawaii, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of all the new videos I create. And before we start, I want to tell you that I'll be teaching a free character design masterclass next week, and we'll go really deep. We'll dive much deeper in how to use references without copying. You can reserve your spot and get all of the details at tatianadenis.com/masterclass. So in the early days, this is how it was for me. I would say, I want to draw a fairy. And then I would go on Pinterest and I would type in fairy. And this was even before Pinterest. So I used to go to stock image websites like iStockPhoto and say fairy illustration. And I would scroll and scroll and scroll and feel really discouraged because everything looked so beautiful. And I thought, well, it's all already been done. You know, there's no way I can create something original. And that really didn't feel good. So I knew I had to get out of this thinking. So that's what made me go and look for a solution. And I did find a solution. And I want to share it with you so that you too can feel powerful and creative and create the drawings that are in your mind and onto the paper or the iPad, wherever you choose. So the key concept behind being able to use references without copying is this ability to read a drawing. And here's what I mean by read a drawing. You need to be able to look at it and break it down in your mind into its building parts. Like, for example, the color scheme, the style that it's using, the proportions, the storytelling. So in your mind, you kind of like deconstruct the drawing into its separate parts. And then you start to pull individual parts and combine them in a new way. And if you want to get way more details about this method with examples, actually looking at artworks and naming each individual element, then join my free masterclass. It's next week. And you can sign up at tatianadenis.com/masterclass. Now, I know this sounds almost too simple, right? Break down the drawing, combine the parts, and I have a new drawing. But the truth is, the real definition of creativity is combining what already exists in a new way. No one is actually inventing new stuff, not really. What we do is we invent new combinations. So yes, it sounds too simple, but it works. This is the exact process I use when I create my illustrations, and no one ever came back to me and said, hey, your illustration looks just like mine. I get commissions from big-time publishers like Quarto, I do book illustrations, I publish on social media, and people say, well, when I see your drawing, I know it's yours because it has a distinct style. Well, that's what happens. You apply your own taste in what elements you choose and how you combine them, and your very specific own little touches, and then that creates your artistic style. And my students apply these techniques successfully as well. Here's what one of my students had said. I have learned from you that with our individual creative voice, we start to build our own style. And there is a sense of security in doing what you know will work. Now I actually feel like an artist. I love that. I have a sense of security. I know I'm doing something that will work. I feel like an artist. That's priceless. And I want you to feel the same way. So this is my #1 character design secret in a nutshell. If you want to go way deeper, if you want to see concrete examples and learn how to apply that to your own work, join my free masterclass. tatjanadenis.com/masterclass, and I will see you there.